Hey everyone, welcome to the reading for today. We're going to see what you guys need to know right now. Keep in mind it's general, okay? It could be past, present, or future. You will know best how this resonates for you and where this fits on your timeline, okay? Now, before I get into the tarot, I do have more downloaded messages here coming through. And the energy right now is a bit weird because something feels like a giant clusterfuck, okay? Like something feels super convoluted and something has been like overcomplicated, it feels like, okay? I also feel like there's been some extreme triangulation in a situation. So there's a couple things coming through. For one, if it's you or someone connected to you, okay, it's like someone has to realize that there are multiple people that know the same information. And it's almost like they're using the information at their disposal to create the clusterfuck. Okay? Now, the other thing I'm getting is there's like a conversation here, okay? And I'm gonna just say it how it's coming to me, right? I'm gonna speak in first person here because that's how how it's coming in. And it's kind of like somebody saying, I didn't know that you didn't have this information, okay? I thought someone gave you this information. I told you the information. I told you where to look. How was I supposed to know that someone was going to lie to you? How was I supposed to know that someone wasn't going to give you the right information? You get what I'm saying? It's like you telling someone or you showing someone where to look. There's a group of people here, they all have this same information. So they're using that to create the clusterfuck, okay? There's a lot coming through. Okay, so there's something here about possibly a bank account, okay? Now, here's the example. Here's the information. The information is the bank account is closed, right? So in your case, you didn't close the bank account. The bank closed the bank account. All you got is a letter in the mail saying this bank account has been closed. You don't know why the bank threw you out, but the bank closed the account. This group knows that the bank account has been closed. So I don't know what they're saying. I don't know if they told someone that you closed the bank account because you look, there's some sort of information in a bank account, in bank statements. That's what I'm getting, okay? There's a name, there's a transaction. The bank closes your account. You now no longer can get those bank statements out. But there's someone in this equation that has the bank statements and they have the transaction and they have the name. But they are using this information to create the clusterfuck, which is like you tell someone, look, the information is here in this bank statement. That's where you need to go look. You now can no longer get to the bank statements because the bank has closed your account. You didn't close the account. The bank closed the account. But you can no longer get to these records. Someone in this equation has the records. They have the bank transaction. They have the name. And they're lying about what's in the statements. They're covering up the name, they're covering up the transaction, they're hiding this because they know that there's only they're the gatekeeper. They're the only one with the transaction. They're the only one with the statements because the bank account has been closed. So this conversation is like you telling someone, you need to go look over there. That's where the information is. Someone tries to go look, but they encounter someone who's triangulating. And the triangulator and the liar says, well, I looked in those statements and this is what it says. And they're lying. But they're using the knowledge for their own benefit. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And it's really like, I feel like there's a big clusterfuck. I just keep getting this air of frustration. And a conversation of you saying to someone, I told you the truth. I told you who it was. I told you where to look. I told you what happened. How was I supposed to know that someone lied to you? Okay, it's like you and someone else finding something out at the same time. And what you're both finding out at the same time is that someone here is triangulating and they're lying. But you feel like you told this person, you told someone the truth, or you thought that they had the information. It's like, I thought you already had the information. I thought you already knew this information. So how was I supposed to know that you didn't have the correct information? How was I supposed to know that you were still looking for answers because somebody lied to you? I thought I told you the information. I thought you had it, right? Something like that is going on here, okay? Yeah, so let's see. And again, look, it's like there's something important here about people, multiple people knowing the same details and then using that to their advantage. So let's say you're telling someone about a specific person in a specific statement, in a specific transaction, you're giving them the details. You're saying, this is the person, this is a transaction, this is the date and time, they had an injury, okay? So this person then goes to a third person and asks them for the information. Third person knows someone here has an injury, right? So let's take an example. You say, the person I'm talking about sits in a wheelchair. Okay, this is just an example. They sit in a wheelchair. They have an injury. Third person, triangulator liar, trying to cover something up, they now know, they have the information that someone had an injury. So they get a piece of paper and they say, this is your guy. Look, they had an injury. Yeah, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever, they were in the hospital because they got a glass bottle to the neck. This is the guy you're looking for. It's them. This is them. This is them. Here. That's the information you're looking for. But that's not the right guy. That is not the right person. It's not. And just because one person has an injury and the second person has an injury, that doesn't mean that's the correct information. It's somebody that's gatekeeping certain information. They don't want to, it's like, how should I explain this? Okay, so let's say there's a whole set of paperwork, right? And somebody comes up to this person with the paperwork and says, I need to know in this piece of paperwork, I want to see the paperwork because I'm looking for a specific person. The person with the paperwork doesn't want to hand out the whole piece of paperwork. So they go through it and they just come up with some shit, some random shit and say, you don't need this whole thing of paperwork. There's a lot of information in here. I'm just going to give you this name because you told me you're looking for this year, you're looking for this place, you're looking for someone with an injury. Here, this is your guy. I just saved you all that work. They didn't save you any kind of work. They just lied to you, or they lied to someone here. They gave someone the wrong information, the wrong person on purpose, and have created a clusterfuck. And then it's like you having a conversation. I mean, this could be an actual conversation or a spiritual conversation, an energetic conversation, where somebody is asking you, tell me about this person, tell me about this. And you're like, I already told you. I already gave you the information. I already told you it's this place, this person, this injury, this date and time, this blah, 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 this transaction. Like, what do you want from me? I already gave it to you. And they're like, no, because they told me this. And it's you saying, how was I supposed to know that they lied to you? How was I supposed to know that these people didn't give you the right information? I thought you had the information that you needed, okay? And something just feels so clusterfucky. Like, I cannot explain it any other way. Like, something just feels so... The Seven of Swords. How was I supposed to know that they lied to you? This whole time, I feel like someone is going off of false information. Somebody here lied to someone. And the annoying thing about it, I feel like the frustrating thing about it is that you already told someone certain information with the assumption that they have the correct information, and the whole time they don't. Okay, so someone here is a liar. The Page of Cups, they're like, here, I'll give you this information. You don't have to look through all that paperwork. I got you. Don't worry about it. I found whatever you're looking for. They ended up giving someone a completely different name, a completely different story, a completely different situation. The money. Oh, you're looking for a certain name tied to a certain bank transaction? Here, I'll help you out. They lied to you. Or they lied to someone here. That's not, you don't have the right person, man. That's not the right guy. It's the wrong guy. It's the wrong person. They lied to you. All right? Tell me about the Seven of Swords. So I feel like this is a third person outside you. And someone is sitting there going like, yeah, I mean, this kind of makes sense, but I mean, it kind of doesn't. I mean, I need a little bit like, why is collective not giving me this information? Because you have the wrong guy. Because you have the wrong information. Because you believed someone that lied to you. It's like someone keeps asking you for the same answers and you're like, I already gave you the answer. There's no more answers to that. You know, I don't know. Something is just like, it feels a bit like duh, Strength in reverse. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Why are you working together with this other person? Three of Pentacles in reverse. Someone here in their ego. Someone here was in their ego, or they felt weak. All right. This is like the triangulator. Okay. The liar, the triangulator. I don't know if whoever this person is, this is not you. This is happening outside of you, okay? Someone here could have felt weakened or like they were losing their strength in a situation because someone didn't want to work together with them. It's really given me like, you know, I need these answers or we're not going to work together. So the person they're like, okay, fine, I'll help you. And then they give the wrong information. Okay. The Seven of Cups. It's confusion. It's an illusion. The 7-7. 7-7-7. All right. Here's the next download I got. Because I feel like, and it's 11-11 on the clock. All right. 7-7-7. Now, this might be for someone that is relatively new to numerology. Okay. Or what this means. So, and I don't feel like it's you. Again, I feel like it's someone outside of you who, you know, they got some sort of information. They started seeing 777 everywhere and they thought jackpot. Why is 777 in the casino? It does not mean it's a jackpot. It means you have absolutely no idea what you're going to get. Okay. 777 is for me, deception. Something is not what you think it is. Something is not going to go how you think it's going to go. Something it's not what you think it is. It's an illusion. It's not going to go how you think it's going to go. Use your discernment. Something that you think is true is not true. Something that you think is going to go this way, it's not going to go that way. Use your discernment. Turn around. Think about this again. I feel like someone here, when they got a certain set of information, they kept seeing the number 777, maybe not knowing what that number really means, okay? Or following their intuition. Maybe someone thought, oh, this is the jackpot. This must be the answer. This must be the truth. But it wasn't. It was lies. It was deception. It was manipulation. It was illusion, confusion. You don't know what's in the cup. You don't know what you're going to get. That's why the 777 is at the casino. Because you sit down and you think you're hitting the jackpot. You think you're going to win big. And what ends up happening is you lose $200 sitting there pressing the button and nothing comes out. 7 of Pentacles. You're investing, and you're not getting anything. You're not seeing any results. Something here, someone thought that they hit the jackpot with some sort of information. You didn't. It was an illusion. And I don't think I'm talking to the collective on this. Someone thought they had some sort of really pertinent information and it was an illusion. And I feel like they followed this lead a little bit too long, even though you in the collective, you already told this person what it was, who it was, where to look. And it's almost like they trusted someone that they should not have trusted. I feel like someone trusted the wrong person. And it's turned into an absolute clusterfuck of information. All right. Something here is not the jackpot. Something here was 777. This is not what you think it is. Use your discernment. This is not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Seven, 7, 7. So tell me about the Page of Cups. The 5 of Cups and the 10 of Cups. This has to do with a family situation, someone being sad about a family, depressed, about a community, okay? The Hanged Man and the 2 of Cups. Somebody got stuck here in the Hanged Man, couldn't see something from a different perspective, or this has to do with a relationship. This is 7, again, the 7 of Swords at the bottom. Someone here tried to get in someone's head about a relationship or the way that a relationship transpired. And you could have already told this person that this relationship was not good. Okay? It's like you telling this person, that person was a monster. That person was abusive. They were cruel. They were a monster. They were mean, heartless, abusive. They were a psychopath. And it's almost like someone here comes in and says, this is your guy. This is your guy. This is who you're looking for. And all of a sudden someone is confused and going, well, maybe that relationship wasn't so bad. Yes, it was. Collective was telling you the truth. I don't know what this is. Somebody like, well, maybe this relationship wasn't so bad. How would you know? This is really giving me like, were you there? It really feels like a bunch of people outside of you that don't know you, that don't know your life, that were not there, that did not live through your life or live through your experiences, trying to create a story about what you went through when they were not there. If you as the collective come up to someone and say, this person abused me and they were a psychopathic monster, then that is your truth. You were there. You went through that. You were there. It's really like, I'm sorry that I'm so impassioned, but the energy this morning is really like, how dare you question this or make it into something like a happy family, a happy No, it wasn't. Were you there? Why are you assuming that because a liar comes up to you and says, this is who it was and this is how it was? How could you assume that that is the truth? All right. Maybe it was a happy family. Maybe it was no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. You could have told this person already. Someone here was a monster. And because a third person comes up to them and says, this is the man you're looking for, all of a sudden, everything you've said gets discounted and thrown out the window. I think that you know better what kind of a relationship this was or how this person treated you, okay? And who is who. You got the wrong man, okay? Like you got the wrong girl, the wrong man. This is not what you think it is. Okay. So what's the Nine of Pentacles? The Three of Cups, the Four of Swords in reverse, something about a friend. All right, the King of Swords. Who's this? Is this the triangulating liar? Okay, somebody trusted the wrong person, a friend. You thought, I don't know who this King of Swords is. Someone's friend that got someone all stuck up in their head. I feel like the King of Swords is the triangulator, the liar. Getting someone stuck up in their head about a third party, about a friend. Okay. Weird energy, very weird energy, all right. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Chariot in reverse. Lying to stop someone from moving forward. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Something about coming out of bad health. Coming out of poverty, coming out of bad health. Overcoming some sort of hardship. Five of Swords in reverse. Now somebody's manipulation is exposed, okay? Man, I really feel like someone got done so dirty here, okay? It's like somebody coming up to this person going, hey man, I got the information that you're looking for, and yeah, collective lied to you. Yeah, they didn't tell you who it really was. Here, I got the real man for you. I found the person that you're looking for. They're fucking lying to you. Wow. That is a fucking snake if I've ever seen one. That is a real snake in the grass. And this has to do with a wedding, a marriage. A wedding, okay? Or maybe where, this could even be like the place where the wedding was, okay? Or a marriage or a married couple, something like that. A one-night stand. A one-night stand. Someone being strung along after a wedding, after a marriage, a one-night stand after a wedding or a marriage. All right. Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Like, I think that someone here is starting to realize that the whole lie, the whole clusterfuck surrounds these people trying to make a narrative fit. It's like, look, thoughts. It's like someone here is trying to get a puzzle, right? They're trying to do a puzzle. You come in and you tell this person, these are the pieces that you need. All right, this is what happened. Then someone else comes from the side and says, nah, that's not really, that puzzle is not for my benefit. That's not the narrative I'm trying to lie about and create. That's not gonna help me get away with my crime. So I'm gonna come up to this person and say, hey man, your puzzles are all wrong. I have the right puzzles for you. And all the puzzles, they don't fucking fit at all, but it's like they're trying to force it to fit so it fits their story. And why were it's like you gave this person the puzzle pieces. Were they discarded? Were they just thrown out the window? They just weren't looked at anymore. They weren't seen as valuable, even though you were the person that went through all of this. You lived this. This is your life. How is it possible that someone that did not live your life, that was not there, that did not go through any of this, that doesn't even know anyone that you know personally, most likely, how is it that their puzzle pieces make more sense? How does that fit, huh? What is this? Tell me about the Seven of Swords. Who is this? Dirty cop. Official person in reverse. Yeah, because that's exactly what I was feeling here. This is the triangulating liar. That's like, hey man, I have puzzle pieces for you that fit way better, and they don't fit better. They've been clusterfucked together, okay? Marriage in reverse. Something about a divorce, not getting married, okay? Or a dirty cop was not at the fucking wedding, all right? It's like they're trying to say someone was at the wedding, someone was at the date, someone was getting married. This person was not even around. They weren't even there. They're trying to put someone in a situation where they were not, okay? It's like they're trying to switch something up. You get what I'm saying? It's like you're telling someone, no, it's actually this person. This person. They're taking a monster that you said it's definitely not them, and they're saying it was them. They were there. They did this. Collective was talking to this person. Collective was doing this with that person. No, collective was not. Like, what is so hard to get about that? I don't like... Wow, this really feels like a bunch of grown old men making things way more complicated than it needs to be, okay? That's really what it feels like. Tower. A catastrophe. What's a catastrophe? The realization that everything is wrong. It's a whole tower built on lies. Lies. And I feel like you've been trying to tell people the truth the whole time. That's where this frustration is coming in on your part. I've been trying to tell you the truth. How was I supposed to know that they lied to you? How was I supposed to know that they didn't tell you the real information? I thought you had the information. How was I supposed to know that you aren't going to go and look for it yourself? You're going to go trust someone to give you the information and that person lies to you. How was I supposed to know, huh? Three of Pentacles reverse. High Priestess. Someone here should not have been working together with these people. You trust it, whoever you are, whoever I'm talking to, not the collective. You worked with the wrong people. You trusted the wrong people. High Priestess, your intuition was telling you, someone's intuition was telling them not to work and trust these people. And then they come around and say, this is your guy, we got him. And you trusted that? Someone trusted this? Your intuition was telling you not to trust them. The Devil, Ace of Cups in reverse. They had nothing to offer, all right? That cup was empty. There was nothing in that cup. And you want to know what this is? The Devil and the Ace of Cups in reverse? This King of Wands. You told someone that someone was a monster, that did not love you, that was cruel to you, that there was no love. This was not about love, it was about control. It was a psychopathic, evil monster. It had nothing to do with love. How the hell does it go from you telling someone that someone is a monster, that they were evil towards you, that it had nothing to do with love? You broke free from someone. You don't love them. They didn't love you. It was not about love. It was about control. Okay? Someone here was very heinous towards you. How does it go from that to somebody coming up to someone saying, no, actually, collective is connected to this person. And then someone here goes, well, it could be. No, it could not be. No, it could not be. It couldn't. Okay? A one-night stand at a wedding? Give me a fucking break. Okay? With a monster like this? No. Definitely not. Somebody was not at the wedding. They were not at the wedding. They're not invited to the wedding. They're not in the marriage. They're not anywhere near you. Like, what the hell? I mean, the Eight of Pentacles, it was just all part of the plan, right? The plan, or someone working on their puzzle. Six of Pentacles in reverse. They didn't give you shit, okay? I don't know what someone thought that they had. Nope, they didn't give you the information. It's like an investigator going somewhere asking questions. And the person that is gatekeeping the information does not give them the right name, does not give them the right person. All right? And why, you might ask? Because it helps their narrative. It helps this corrupt, dirty cop get away with their corruption. The Four of Pentacles. They're gatekeeping, they're holding on to the information, they're holding on to the files, they're holding on to the name, they're holding on to the transaction, they're holding on to who is who. They have not given someone the correct information. They're still holding it back, they refuse to give it out. Yeah, no wonder. Because they misled someone here really badly, really badly. All right. So what's this Page of Cups? The Ten of Swords. A betrayal. A betrayal. A betrayal. Bad karma. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. All right. So who's this getting bad karma here with a betrayal? Someone being sad about a family. Yeah, because that information that you gave someone, it doesn't fit with the fake narrative. It doesn't fit with the fake lie. Right? The Empress. The Five of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles. This has to do with some sort of financial news, okay? Some sort of news, somebody being in poverty, someone having bad health. That's the information, right? So, investigator knows that the person that they're looking for has bad health. Dirty cop also knows investigator is looking for someone with bad health. So to avoid giving out the real name, they're like, well, we'll just tell them it was this person because they also had bad health. No one's ever going to know, right? Magician. Wrong. Girl talk, time with friends, a date. Spending time, talking to a friend, okay? Something about talking to a friend about a date, meeting someone new, planning, setting a date. Living in the moment, girl talk, soulmates. Talking to a friend about a soulmate, talking to a friend about meeting someone new, all right? Yeah, what's that about? It's about a wealthy man. Gatekeeper, liar, triangulator. Okay? Or a wealthy man. Maybe someone that has a lot of money. Talking to a friend about someone that has a lot of money. Talking to a friend about meeting someone new, or meeting someone, talking to a friend. Talking to a friend about someone new, a soulmate, someone who has a lot of money. A lover. All right. The Nine of Swords, someone here being stressed out, worried, stuck in their head, all up in their head, worried. Nine of Cups, feeling unhappy, dissatisfied. Unhappy, very unhappy, discontent about something. The Fool in reverse, something was a stupid risk or no new beginning here. What is this that someone is stressed out about, nervous about? A mirror. They mirrored someone else. They mirrored someone else. They just mirrored something here. They mirrored something here. And it has to do with a person. You told someone specific information about a person that they were looking for. They go and ask their friend. Their friend says, no, it was actually someone completely else. Wrong. They're just trying to mirror something here. Or what they're trying to cover up is that something was mirrored in the past. Something about having a new phase, rekindling something, transformation, growth, changed mind. A gift, jewelry. A gift and jewelry. Love. You want to know what I feel like happened here? This is just coming to me. So you are talking to someone, all right? You're talking to someone on the phone. This person gives you a gift, okay? They could be a good friend. You could feel like this is a soulmate connection, right? Okay, so you have a close connection with this person. They could be a friend. Or you're talking to your friend about this person. All right. This person could have bought you a gift. They could have bought you jewelry. They could have bought you something. Okay. This group, this criminal group, has taken these messages or these screenshots and pretended that they're about someone completely different. Or they try to scrub you completely off of it and pretend like they're not even your messages, right? They're someone else's messages. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they lied, okay? So they've stolen something here about a friend, talking to a friend, something about meeting someone new, a soulmate connection, and a gift and a ring or jewelry, okay? So because these people have set up this clusterfuck with this connection, whoever is asking for information, they give them a wrong person. Because they don't want someone to find out who you were talking about or who you were talking to. You could have told someone, this is who I had a connection with at this time. But since that connection is somehow being used in a different setup, in a different light, they can't have Mr. Investigator figuring out who you're talking about, who this person is, who you were connected to at the time. So they tell them, oh, you know, that you're talking to the psychopath. No, the fuck you're not. I don't even get this. Like, how did this happen? How did this happen? This is just a mess. Something about a family, being sad about a family, right? So it's almost like these people that use your life as inspiration for their own shit show know about someone in your past that you were connected to that gave you a gift or something like that, something about a marriage or a wedding, meeting someone at a wedding or a date or something like that. They know about this. They know that you talked to your friends about this person or that you were connected to this person. You felt like you were being understood by this person. I don't know. They gave you a gift, all right? They have used this part of your life to pretend as a family, right? So it's kind of like a liar somewhere around here. Pick one. Something about not being at the wedding or a divorce, okay? Something about trying to say, no, look, I have these text messages here that prove that I'm actually in a family with someone and we're in a relationship. Whole time they're using your fucking messages, your messages. And pretending it's their messages. Isn't that some weirdo shit, yo? That is some weird ass shit. So they're pretending to be you. To say that they're in a relationship with someone or they got a gift from someone, they got some sort of a token of love from someone, right? That's what they're trying to say, to explain away the money. And somebody here is asking questions and they don't want someone to figure out who you're talking to, who you're talking about. not try to get them the evidence that they need, because then they will be exposed that these messages are stolen. These messages are stolen, they're hacked, they're manipulated, they're not theirs. This is not their life. So the only way, I guess, to stop this from coming out is to tell the investigator that you're talking about someone completely different, or, oh, I have your man, it's this guy. They're trying to stop an investigator from figuring out who is who. Who are you talking about? Who are you connected to? And getting the actual evidence from that time, okay? Why? Don't ask me, because it's a clusterfuck. That's why, okay? 9 of Pentacles. I just can't believe this is allowed. What's frustrating is that this is actually like allowed to go on. I mean, how is this allowed to go on? Is this a thing of bureaucracy? Is it a thing of trusting the wrong people? Like, what is someone going to do about this? Because there's people, I feel like, dirty officials giving out wrong information, hiding files, hiding bank statements. Like, how is that allowed to happen? It's completely obscuring a whole investigation and derailing it. I feel like a whole investigation has been derailed, and all of it to cover up some sort of a fake family. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Someone playing family, playing pretend? You have to be kidding me with this. This is so ridiculous. Tell me about the 9 of Pentacles. Empress in the reverse. Temperance. Death. Okay, who's this Empress in the reverse? Someone is thinking about the money, thoughts, thinking about a lot of money, thinking about something with money. I don't know. That thinking of, okay, so a King of Swords, whoever this is thinking about how to block someone's pathway, block someone from seeing the money, looking into the money, getting their hands on the money, getting their hands on the bank statements, bank accounts. How can I block someone from looking into this any further? Because then they're going to find out everything was a lie and everything is fake. Who the hell is this King of Swords? Somebody that gave someone, a judge, some sort of evidence about money, or a judge, or someone that works in law, or is this a prosecutor? Handing something over. Here, man, I got your information that you need. They lied. They didn't give you shit. They didn't give you the truth about someone being in bad health. Yeah, man, I found your man. That's not the right man. It's not the right person, okay? Because they didn't want you to move forward they didn't want someone here to move towards the money. So they basically stopped someone dead in their tracks from getting their hands on the money. So like I said, this is basically what happened. There's an investigator. They feel like they need access to certain money transactions, bank accounts. King of Swords, pretending to be someone's friend, sniffs it out, says, man, nah, we can't let them look into this, because then everything that we're trying to set up here is going to be a bust. So we're just going to pretend like we're giving them the right information, but we're going to lie. And then they won't look into the money, because then they'll think, we're going to make them think that they have the information. Then this person turns around to you and says, so I need you to tell me about this. And you're like, what are you talking about? I already gave you the information. That's not the information I gave you. How was I supposed to know King of Swords is lying to you? I thought King of Swords already gave you the name. How was I supposed to know King of Swords gives you the wrong name? All right. Oh, they created an illusion about who you were connected to at that time. That's the illusion. Because I feel like if whoever the investigator is, if they figured out who you were connected to at a certain time, it would clear up a lot of confusion. Why are they trying to take a monster and insert this person into your life at a time where this person was not in your life? Or it's a Gemini, all right? Four of Wands, Strength, and the Ten of Pentacles. Something about getting the upper hand with a lot of money, getting the upper hand when it comes to a community, stability, something being built here with a lot of money. Okay, Queen of Cups in reverse. Now they can't manipulate any longer. Or now they're going to be held accountable. Or now this manipulation is going to get exposed. Something about a relationship. They lied about who you had a relationship with, or who you were connected to, who was your friend, who were you talking about, who gave you the gift. They lied. And they did it on purpose to throw off an investigation. They created a clusterfuck of false information. And someone's intuition was telling them, something doesn't feel right. Yeah. The King of Pentacles, the Taurus. Who's the King of Pentacles, Taurus? Huh? Who's this? I feel like this is a Taurus. I don't even feel like that's the Hierophant. Why is a King of Pentacles, Taurus here? Because this person thought they would get victory and success this way by misleading someone with false information. The Magician. They created an illusion. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. They definitely did. A King of Wands in reverse. And completely disempowered someone. Took away all of someone's power. The Tower. Yeah, they pulled a power move on someone. I feel like this is what happened. Look, while someone thought that they were getting help from their friends solving a case, their friends pulled a power move on them and completely wiped them out, completely disempowered them, completely derailed them. Okay. Tell me about this King of Pentacles, Taurus. The Thief. This King of Pentacles, Taurus, is a liar. They're a thief. They stole. They didn't give someone the right information. They stole the information and then they funneled wrong information. King of Pentacles, Taurus, is a liar. They're a thief. They're not a friend. They're a liar. Privileged Lady in reverse, all right? They stole something to do with money, okay? Someone's money or someone being greedy. Something about being greedy, would do anything for money. Whatever the fuck that means, okay? Why is the Tower here? King of Wands reverse. Now the King of Wands in reverse is in despair. Someone didn't take action. Somebody didn't make decisions. Somebody let other people make decisions for them. Somebody trusted other people. Oh yeah, sure, man. If you want to help me look through all that paperwork so I don't have to do it, man, that's really nice. Thank you. They gave you the wrong information, dude. They just told you whatever makes sense for their setup. That's it. Now someone is in despair. Oh, the judge is in despair, the lawyer is in despair, the prosecutor is in despair, someone's in despair. Tower moment, yeah. I feel like somewhere in this there's a lesson, okay? And the lesson also, it could have something to do with following your intuition. Because if this is an investigator and their intuition is telling them not to trust people, and they end up trusting those people, they're going to get wiped out badly. Stabbed in the back, that's basically, I feel like someone just, they got a power move played on them. Because they trusted them. What now? What now? Yeah, something about a Gemini and a Taurus. That's what happens, right? That's when the tower hits. Look, I feel like every single person learns that lesson. Every single person that's on their spiritual awakening journey learns that lesson. You trust people. Your intuition tells you something is off, but you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe that these people are going to lie to you that way. So you just go with it. And then afterwards, you get smacked down by the universe. It's so undeniable that it is the tower moment where your entire reality comes crashing down. And you realize, I was right. Your intuition was right. They were lying. They were lying to someone here. Yeah, it's devastating, but yeah, someone has to ask themselves, what was the motive? These people, every single person that lies this way and conceals information in this way, especially if they work for law, where's the motive? There's got to be a motive to this. Okay. Maybe, especially if this is like work colleagues, you want to believe that everybody is as good as you. You want to believe that people that work in law are upstanding and want to do the right thing. Could be hard to realize that not everybody at that position is doing the right thing. A lot of people have hidden motives. Maybe someone didn't want to believe that their own colleagues would pull the rug out from underneath them and disempower them this way. Because I feel like that's what happened with false information. Completely derailed them in their investigation, okay? Got them to stop looking for answers, or got them to not take a leap of faith, not take a risk. So whoever this investigator is, they wanted to take a risk. They wanted to take a leap of faith. They wanted to go and find the information. Whoever Taurus and Gemini are, they figured this out apparently and said, we got to stop this person from taking this leap of faith, because then our ass is grass. It's just a learning curve. It's just a learning lesson. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, the money. Now the money's gone, or the bank account is closed. The statements are gone. The evidence is gone. Yeah, and if it was your bank account that was closed, you didn't close it. You didn't close it. The bank closed it. So does that mean the evidence is gone now? They did it on purpose this way. They did it on purpose this way. Yeah, now someone here sees the truth. Look at that. 8 of Wands in reverse, 2 of Swords in reverse. So now someone here sees something clearly. Now they understand why they got blocked, why something was blocked, or why these people try to block them, stop them, say, no, wait, don't go that way. Don't do this, don't do that. We'll get the information for you. We'll give you the information. It was just a power move. 5 of Swords, it was just manipulation. Someone got manipulated. Manipulated, deceived. Yeah, they lied. This was sabotage. This was intentional sabotage. Giving someone the wrong name and the wrong information was intentional sabotage. And I feel like now somebody cannot deny this. This cannot be denied. Okay, so what now? You didn't listen to your intuition. High Priestess in reverse. Someone did not listen to their intuition. You didn't listen. And I feel like I'm talking to whoever this is. You didn't listen. Something in someone's spirit told them not to trust Gemini, not to trust the Taurus, or whoever these two are. Something told this person, something about this information is off, something about this doesn't make sense, something about this just doesn't connect. The puzzle pieces, they just don't really fit right. They kind of fit if you squeeze them in, if you press them in with, hit them in with a hammer, yeah, then they fit. But something about this isn't right. Someone did not listen to their intuition, that they were being set up and sabotaged and being played. Didn't listen. Three of Wands reverse, yeah. They derailed someone, stopped someone, blocked someone from moving forward, blocked someone because they knew that someone wanted to look into something, they knew someone wanted to investigate something, they got blocked on purpose. Temperance, angel, yeah, judgment. I feel like this is like, look, now it's out. Now you know. Or someone here knows. They didn't listen to their intuition. Their intuition was right all along. They followed the wrong lead. They took the wrong name. They went and believed the wrong thing, whatever. But the ball is in your court now. The ball is in this person's court now. It's time to make a judgment call. Now it's time to act, okay? Now someone knows. Now it's time to act. Now it's time to make a judgment call. It's time to transmute something here. It's time to balance something out, because this is a clusterfuck of nothing here is balanced. This is unruly. Okay? Like something here really needs to be transmuted. It really needs to be healed. And someone has to make a judgment call. Like someone has to make a decision now. Okay, let's just see. Closing words for this one. Page of Wands in reverse. Something about the messages, or they didn't give them the right information. Yeah, fake news. You didn't get the message. Someone didn't give them the right information. They didn't get the right message. They didn't get the right communication. Here's the truth, all right? High Priestess. Someone's into Emperor. Mr. Emperor, your intuition was telling you something about this. I don't know who the Emperor is. I don't know what the Emperor's intuition was telling them, but I know it was talking. And they didn't listen. And it has something to do with not working together with these people, not trusting these people or their solutions, or taking it lightly. Whatever they're communicating here, saying, oh, I have the information that you need. How far did that get you? I feel like it got you stuck nowhere, right? Didn't lead you down any path, except for the path that Mr. Gemini and Mr. Taurus, whoever they are, wanted you to go down. Oh, or is this about someone... Why is the collective not answering my questions? Because collective already gave the Emperor the information. I feel like this is the conversation. This could even be a conversation in the ethers, in the spiritual. It's like Mr. Emperor is asking you, collective, tell me about this, tell me about that, tell me about this person, tell me about what happened. First of all, it's not that person. You have the wrong guy. Second of all, collective already told the Emperor who the right guy is and where to look. Third of all, collective didn't know that Mr. Gemini and Taurus were giving the Emperor the wrong information. Collective might have thought all along that Emperor already knows who you're talking about. That Emperor already has the information that they need. How is collective supposed to know that this person never got the information? They never got the name. That they never got the evidence. How is collective supposed to know that? Collective, you might have thought you already gave this person everything that they need. You didn't know that other people in their circle were lying to them and not giving them the information. You didn't know that. You probably figured it out the same exact time that Mr. Emperor figured it out. All right. The Ten of Wands in reverse. Something about releasing a burden or not carrying a burden, or the main female. Something about letting go of a burden, not carrying a heavy burden at a house. Something about a house, a female, a main female at a house, not wanting to release a burden. Yeah, it's like you already told someone here who you were connected to at this time. You already told someone who they're the person they're looking for, or the description of the person they're looking for. How are you supposed to know that these other people then lie about who it was? And create a clusterfuck of illusion. How are you supposed to know that they would do that? All right, so I don't know what that means, guys, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Let's see, who's involved here? April. March. Man, that almost hit my candle, too. March and April. June. January. A Leo. Aries. And a Father. Libra, and a Gemini. I smelled a Gemini around here somewhere, didn't I? All right, Aries, Libra, Leo, June, January, Father, and March. All right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it there. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.